Hare Krishna. Today is the third part of the self-realization course, and we will discuss about who am I, the identity of the real self, right? So we'll start with a small prayer. Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Padantikam Vintikam Vande Aham Shri Guru Shri Uttupada Kamala Shri Guru Vaishnava Cha Shri Rupam Savritam Sagana Raghunantam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam. And then the Pranati to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisha Sunyavadi Paschatiti Shatarini. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So today we will discuss about the actual identity of ourselves. When we go for an interview, we have to give our self identity. We have to tell the interviewer about ourselves. Like for example, our name. For example, my name is Sangeeta, and I am 25 years old, and I am an engineer, and I live at Andheri. So this is the identity, right? This is the identity we usually give to other people. And so there are two types of actual identities. There is the relative and the temporary identity. Okay, then there is the real and permanent identity. So this relative and temporary identity is about the material body, that is the gross body. And one more example I would like to give you is a three-piece suit. A three-piece suit will have an outer coat, inner shirt, and then a innermost banyan. So after the outermost body, everybody knows the outermost body because you can see with your eyes the senses that we have. And what about the inner body? Inner body is the subtle body. The subtle body consists of mind, intelligence, and the ego. So the mind will give you the rational and irrational kind of a thinking, and intelligence will also give you an analysis of various things, right? And ego will be about yourself, that you'll be proud of your what kind of a work that you are doing and what kind of achievements you have got, right? So going beyond the subtle kind of a body, then is the spiritual body. So the spiritual type of a body it is made of Sat Chit Anand. Spirit is the soul, that is your real identity. So Sat is the actually your eternity part of it, and Chit is your knowledge, the eternal knowledge, and Anand is the real bliss of yourself. So I would like to show you some few slides explaining you more about the soul. So there are a few slides explaining you about the soul. There are some people who have actually have questions about birth, death, and what happens to the soul after death, and there are some people who have even written books on this. There are some scriptures who have given us a proof about the life after death. So you can see this slide. There is a doctor who has explained about the chemical composition of the body, which is worth of 5 pounds calcium, 15 pounds phosphate, 9 ounce potassium, sulfur, sodium, magnesium amounting to 120 pounds, the whole thing, and the value of the body being 110 rupees only. So you see, our subtle body is made of all sorts of emotions from the mind, and we have this many kind of emotions of happiness, depression, and anger. So are we a bag of chemicals? So this is our subtle kind of a body. So what is our actual identity? So actual identity is the soul. And how do we see the soul? So you can see there are few proofs of quotes of the Western culture. The Western scientists have given us their statements about the existence of the soul. So you can see Eastern and Western both have proved that there is the eternal soul. And moving on further, we shall see that according to our scriptures also God has stated, and according to part of Bhagavad Gita 2.13 and 2.14, the scriptures has stated that the existence of the soul and the body which is temporary. So these are few examples like the car and the driver. Car is the body, driver is the soul. And now this is another example of a cage and a parrot. The lady looks after the golden cage but forgets to feed the parrot, which is the soul, and the cage is the body. So you see, now how do we see the proof again? Another experiment is by doing mantras and meditation, which will again give you a proof of the experience of the soul. So you can see the actual logical introspection after observing all this cause and effect examples also. When the driver is seated in the car will move. Without the driver, the car does not move. All these logical examples will give us the proof of the existence of the soul. One more thing I would also like to know, that there is a unlimited number of souls. For example, curds has got billions of bacteria, and that billions of bacteria has, and I was giving you an example of the curds, that the curds has got billions of bacteria, and that billions of bacteria has got that many number of souls. So you can see there are unlimited number